Today is Tuesday, September 5th, and welcome to my Safe Wheel live stream where I share my real P&L on 3 accounts and teach my proprietary Safe Wheel options trade system. All right, I want to make sure that you guys hear me okay. Please type in the comments that you can hear me. And also be sure to post any questions. Thank you, Deb. You can hear me okay. Also, be sure to post any questions that you might have. I don't want to end the broadcast without answering all of your questions. All right. Thank you guys for letting me know that you can hear me okay. Now, let's get into the earnings edge. So what happened last week with the earnings edge? Well, there are not a lot of earnings trades coming in, and there were no trades actually that fit through the 6 filters. So I did not do anything there. You can see all the trades that I've made this year so far. This particular one, the one with the $3,800 profit, that's Microsoft. You might not be able to see it on your screen there. But every once in a while, you're going to get a good pop on a nice big win with this system. But you can see here kind of an idea of the wins and losses, about 50-50. Let me bring over the spreadsheet here. You can see the P&L here, $9,690. You will not see that. I don't think anywhere else. You don't see the actual P&L on the screen. There might be 1 or 2 people doing that, but I've been doing it since 2019, and I've done it through the crash. I've done it through the grind down of 2022, the bull market of this year. I've done it through all markets. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet here. So with the earnings edge, my last trade that I traded was Baidu. That was a couple weeks ago, made $480. But since I tweaked the system back in October of 2022, I'm 14, 12, and 5. So about just over a 50% win rate. Average win 945, average loss 443. That's why the system makes money. The wins and losses are pretty even, but the amount that you win versus losses, that's where it makes the money. You can see first started doing this in January 2022, did 63% where the market did minus 20. So far this year, pretty even with the market. What is the SPY trading for right now? 449.28. Let me put that in. 449.28. So you can see since inception, this thing's up almost 94%, with the market down about 5.5%. So since January 2022, the market is actually down, still down, not by a lot, but it's still down. Hasn't recovered since the end of 2021. One thing here, you can see that in this year, we've got even, we're pretty even on the percent returns, but this earnings edge is a lot more volatile. So if these returns were equal, then the S&P would be outperforming because of the risk-adjusted returns of the system. There's a lot of risk with the earnings edge. And if you're interested in the earnings edge, there's a link in the description. I do an alerts, and I also have a course, but the course is not available right now. The card is closed, but you can get on a wait list if you're interested in that. Okay, next system, the Premier Level 5. So let me take a look at that. I'll show you my P&L there. And this is the account with the Premier Level 5. So you can see my balance is 36,254. Put that in here. $36,254. I started this on April 8th, 2022. I developed the trade in late 2021, got done back testing in early 2022. So started it in April. You can see that it outperformed the S&P in 2022. Underperforming here in 2023, 7.5% versus 17.5%. But overall, up almost 21%, and the market's up 10%, and that's since April 8th of 2022. The thing is, this thing has about one-fourth the amount of drawdowns as the S&P 500, so it is outperforming, not just on a percentage basis, but it's outperforming on a risk-adjusted basis. The record is 21 wins, 7 losses, 7 break-evens, and I currently have 2 open trades. Let me update that. Oops. Okay. All right, so that is the Premier Level 5, and on the Premier Level 5, I also have a alerts, and also I'm working on a course for the Premier Level 5, and if you're interested in that, there's a wait list for that, and just see the link in the description. All right, now let's get into the safe wheel, right? The safe wheel where I actually trade right in front of you. Let's see here if I'm in the right. All right, so my question coming in here, first of all, I look at my put hedge. And my first question is it 100 days or under? Well, it's 101 days, so I'm going to keep the hedge based on that. Is the strike price close enough to the price of my underlying? My price is 29.40, so I want to be within 70% of that. So I'm going to say here 29.4 times 0.7, so it's got to be at least $20.50, and it is. It's $25 here, so I'm well within striking range. I'm in close enough. I'm not having too much theta decay. Next week, I'm obviously going to get rid of this put hedge because it will be under 100 days. So the put hedge is good. It's intact. It doesn't need to be changed. All right. You can also see that I have my call that I've already placed last Friday. I have a long call, just a cheap call. Paid like $6 for it. And now the other question is, do I own any shares? So I could own 0 shares of DraftKings. I could own 100 shares, or I could own 200 shares. So depending on what I own, I make my decision. So I'm going to make my decision based on owning 100 shares. I'm going to try to sell a covered call. I know my cost basis is $30.50. I have that written down, but I'll also change the accounting from I think it's LIFO to FIFO. Kind of went in there back in and changed my accounting process, so that way next time this $28 one will go away and it'll show my $30.50 trade price here. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I'm not an accountant. I'm not an expert on anything like that. I just changed the settings because I wanted my $30.50 to show up here because it makes more sense to me. Because when I sold the call against my shares, I sold it at the $28 range. So I, in my mind, sold my $28 shares that I got at $28. But that's not the way the accounting system was set up at that time. Okay, so my cost basis is $30.50. So I'm going to go in. I know I have 100 shares at $30.50. I'm going to go in and try to sell a covered call against that. Let's see here. Got a bunch of stuff going on here, it looks like. All right. So I'm going to go into the nearest expiration cycle. Today's Tuesday. Typically, I'll do this trade on a Monday. So I'm going to give it a little bit of leeway as far as how much premium I can collect because I have one less day to deal with. All right. So my cost base is at $30.50 here. I want to get at least 30 cents for this call, and I can only get 16 to 18 cents. I cannot get enough premium at my cost basis. I don't want to sell something below my cost basis and get called away because that's taking a loss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up tier 2. I'm going to sell another put. I want to sell a put as far out of the money as I can, but getting at least, around 30 cents Again, I can't do the 28.50. I'm going to sell the $29 put. I'm going to sell one of those. Looks like it's a little bit wide between 34 and 39 cents. 36 cents is the mid price. Maybe try to get 37. I'm going to do one of these now. I have between $5,000 and $10,000. That means I'm going to sell one of these, and I have 3 put hedges. My sizing's all done with the safe wheel. By the way, I put together an extensive safe wheel course. Before it was just a flow chart and a filter. I mean, it's an extensive course that I put together. So if you want the fast track to this, there's a link in the description, or you can learn it here for free. Okay, now my mid price is down to $35. So I'm going to sell, I'm going to add to my position here. Okay, that filled. Let's see here. Working orders, filled orders. Okay, so I got filled there. And now I'm basically done. I mean, I'm doing the traditional wheel at this point because I'm hedged. And I sold the $29 put. So now my risk or my sizing is based on 200 shares, and I will not go any further than 200 shares. That's the most I will go in size because I've got 300 shares short here. So that typically will cover will cover my losses if the stock goes down, but it's got to go down significantly. If it goes down and just kind of hangs out around $28 or something like that, then sometimes you can kind of get stuck sitting there a little bit. But then you just go to the rules, just follow the rules. Okay, let me make sure. All right, so there is the safe wheel. There's my adjustment. Next week, I'm going to be coming in and moving this put hedge for sure. I won't have a choice because I'll be under 100 days. Anytime I move the put hedge, I can, if I don't own any shares, I could be free to move into a different stock if I want. Okay, let me get into the questions for today. How you doing, Dev? Good morning, Ben. Let's see. Charles, thank you. And Will, good to see you. Richard hears me okay. Oh, Neil says, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. I would appreciate that. If you just move your mouse over real quick and just hit that like button, I would appreciate that. That'll help out the channel. Will. Yeah, Neil says that. Will, 101 days on the put hedge. Time to roll. Yes. Well, if it was at 99 days, I would roll it. But I have one more week to go. Some guy, good morning and afternoon. Shovel says, let's do this. Let's see what let's see here. Ben, when will the Earnings Edge course be opened back up? I haven't determined that yet. And I'm definitely going to make an announcement when that happens. I haven't determined when I'm going to open it back up yet. It won't be too long. I don't think. Can't guarantee anything. Some guy, do you still have a referral code for Option Net Explorer? Yes, I can get that to you if you email me. I'll get you that. Neil, I recently finished the Earnings Edge course and thought it was very good. Thank you, Neil. Appreciate that. I put a lot of time and effort into that course. And I put a lot of time and effort into the Safe Wheel course too. Put a lot of time and effort into those 2 courses. And the Premier Level 5, I'm working on that. I've been working on that for 2 months now. Still not done. Definitely excited about the Premier Level 5 course. My account isn't at 30K yet, but I want to know what to do when I get there. Great. That's good to hear. I appreciate it, Alex. Some guy. Oh, Neil, some guy says the same for the Earnings Edge. Definitely going to let you guys know when I open that cart back up. I can only handle so many students at a time. So I want to make sure that I can help my students whenever they need help. Alex says, highly recommend a course. It comes with an easy to follow flow chart for following the strategy. Yeah, that's what takes a lot of time to put together these flow charts and systems. You're talking about the safe wheel for the flow chart. It just takes a long time to put these systems together and make them easy and simple to follow. Okay. Are there any other questions? Typically, they kind of come in a little late. So I'll give that just a second here before I kind of end the broadcast. I'm going to come to an end. Any questions about the safe wheel? Any questions about options trading in general? You can always ask me here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast here. One thing I always like to say, if the P&L is not real, what else are they trying to conceal? I'll see you guys next week.